Hey everybody, it's Jen. Thanks for joining me today. I thought I would show you these cute little felt pumpkins I made, and then I'd show you how to do them because they are just really cute, simple to do, and I love the pastel colors. So um, let's get started. So what I did was I was looking for a tutorial on felt pumpkins on YouTube, and I found one by Fumika Saku, who I will link below, and she made one about this size, and this is made with a 9-inch square of felt, and it makes a pumpkin that turns out to be about 5 inches. And I thought it came out super cute, and as you can see, it's a nice big size. But I wanted to make some smaller ones too because, as a paper crafter, I thought maybe I could use them for embellishments as well as decor. So I cut out squares about 7 inches and I made these tiny little pumpkins, which turn out to be 3 inches. Super cute, but also a little bit too big for embellishments. So then I went to a 2¼ inch piece of felt and I made these teeny little, about 1 inch pumpkins. And I thought these were a good size you could use for embellishments, but it's small enough for embellishments, but big enough that it's still workable and not too hard to do. So let me just show you what they look like up close. Aren't they sweet? They're just felt, and I made a felt stem, felt leaves, tied some embroidery floss for a bow. The bottom looks like this. And there you go. So I made a bunch in the smaller ones. And I use Benzie Design Felt, which I will link below. Except for this one. This one, I wanted to try a different kind of felt. I used the kind from Target. Remember when, I don't know if they still have it, but they were selling in the arts and crafts sections like the stack of pastel felts. And those are really stiff, but I wanted to try and see how it would work. And it did come out okay, but it was a little harder to work with. And I don't think it looks quite as cute as the softer felt. See, it just kind of looks a bit stiff. But if that's all you have, that's fine. It works. But I would recommend some softer felt like this kind from Benzie Design. So let's get started by making a few together. I'm going to make the smaller ones. Might as well leave these here so you can kind of look at them. So yeah, we're going to make the smaller ones and let's go over what you're going to need. Okay, so you're going to need some felt and you're going to need to cut them in 2¼ inch circles. The way I did that is I just found something in my craft room that looked like the right size and I found this jar. You might have it too. It's from Dollar Tree, those craft jars. And this is about 2¼ inches. So I just put it on my felt, traced around it, and then cut it out. Simple as that. And then you're also going to need a small circle for the back. So cut out something that's about quarter inch to 1/2 inch. And I have a lip balm in my craft room. So I just use the bottom of that to cut a circle out for that. So that's what I did for that. Okay, so felt, you're also going to need some embroidery floss, and you can use any kind. You can make it coordinate or not. I have DMC floss and use the whole strand, or what actually I've been using that I really like is this set that I got from Michael's. It's about a month or so ago. And this kind you do not separate the strand, so you just use the whole strand. And I really like the pastel colors. It's been working out great. I will leave a link down below to that. Okay, so your embroidery floss, your felt, you will also need an embroidery needle. And let me just show you what an embroidery needle looks like. Now, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't really sew, this is so easy. It really is. It's a very simple stitch you use. And if you have any questions, please let me know. So an embroidery needle looks like this, and it has a big eye. See that? Like a big circle. That way you can fit your floss in there. And I pre-threaded mine, so I don't have to do that on camera. All right, so I got that. This is the stack of floss felt that I have. As you can see, I've cut into it a lot. I've been making felt flowers and now these felt pumpkins, but this is such a pretty pastel stack. So yeah, I'll leave a link to that down below. You will need a teeny bit of fiber fill. And I've had this bag, this huge bag from Joann's. It's just polyester polyfill. I cannot fit it all in here. You can see it's very large. 2 pounds of fiber fill is a lot of fiber fill. And I've made pillows with that and I don't know, it's tons of stuff and it's still like barely a dent in it. So but if you don't have that, just use, a couple cotton balls, a couple pom-poms, whatever. It really doesn't matter, just so long as it's a little fluffy inside. Okay. And then for embellishments, you'll need some twine or floss or whatever. We'll go over at the end again what I used on the ones that I made. Okay. So first of all, you're going to get a piece of your embroidery floss about 2 feet long. And then tie a knot at the end, but leave a few inches before the knot, okay? Just so you can pull it taut. Okay, so what you do, you take your circle and you're going to make a simple running stitch all the way around. A running stitch means you go in and out all the way around, okay? And start like about there. Poke your needle in, come out, okay? You can either just pull it out right now. Whoops. Like that. Or you could do a bunch of running stitches at once. Like that. It does not have to be perfectly spaced or anything like that. Okay. So just like that. Obviously that's not great, but that's fine. So I'm just going to speed it up here. Okay, so now we got to the end. I'm going to make another little stitch just to come up really close to where we started. Okay, so now we're all the way around. You're going to leave your thread long, leave the needle in it. Just put the needle down. And then what you're going to do is just pull the ends of the floss. You can either do them both at once or separate. I think I'm a little tangled here. Okay, so I'm just going to pull the one. And as you can see, pull the other one. It makes a little cup. This is your pumpkin forming. Just kind of even it out. And then you have that little cup. So now you're going to take some fiber fill and stick it in there. Let me just grab some. You really just need a teeny bit. Okay, I have this little handful, not even a handful, a few fingers full. Okay, and then just stuff it in your pumpkin and then pull it tight again. Now you're going to pull it pretty tight. Okay, and you can poke the fiber fill in. I'm just using a pen. Okay, so now we have it looking like that. So I'm going to tie a knot to keep it tight at the bottom. And just kind of hold it, can you see? Hold it taut while you're tying. Okay, and I think I'll probably do a double knot, just to be safe. So yeah, this is, as you can see, really simple sewing. I wouldn't worry about not having sewing experience. This is a good way to get a little bit anyway. Okay, so now we have this cute little pre-pumpkin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make these stitches to make the different pumpkin segments. And there's about 8 in each pumpkin. So you take your embroidery floss, start at the bottom, go in right next to where you ended, okay? And then come out the center of your pumpkin. And then just pull all the way up. Okay, so you have your thread coming out of the center of your pumpkin. Okay, and now you're going to go back into the bottom of the pumpkin and come out right next to that at the center. Okay, so let's pull that out. And then just pull it a little bit taut so it kind of squeezes the pumpkin through. Okay, and then take your thread, make a segment, take your needle and go into the bottom through the thread up to the middle again. And just pull it through. And you can kind of adjust the segments as you go along a little bit in case you made it too wide or too narrow. But pumpkins aren't perfect, so these don't have to be either. So you've got one segment there. Let's make another one. See, that one's very wide, so you could just move it over, pull it. So it's coming along. And let me speed it up here, and so I'll come back as soon as I'm done going all around the pumpkin. Okay, so now you have your thread coming out the middle, all the little segments, and it's really looking like a pumpkin here. Okay, so now I'm going to make a knot, just a single knot, and press it down towards the pumpkin itself. So now you have a knot down there, so it's not going to come out. And then you can either cut it right there, or I just like to go down through the bottom and cut it there, just so there's nothing sticking up at the top. We're going to cover it with the stem, but still. Okay, so now you could take your scissors and cut off both of these threads, one from before and that one. Okay, so now what you're going to need is that little circle, and we're going to hot glue it to there. Now, I don't think I pre-cut one, so let's do one together. All right, I'm going to use a teeny scrap. This project is great for felt scraps, especially for like the little leaves and things like that. So yeah. All right, so I'm going to use my lip balm, and you can use whatever to mark it. I have a fabric marker just because I like to sew, so I have a lot of sewing stuff. So, all right, so we're just going to trace this. Doesn't have to be perfect. Ta-da. Okay, move those out of the way. And cut the inside the line. I end up actually cutting these a little bit smaller. It's the bottom, so it really doesn't have to look perfect. Just to cover up your stitches and the hole. If you have some sort of a die to cut out circles or a punch that can cut out felt, that would be great. I do not. Okay, so let's just test and see. So there's a circle. Yeah, just gonna put it on there. So let me get my handy dandy glue gun, which is my favorite glue gun ever. Okay, so I'm gonna put some glue on the circle and just press it on. Toasty. I don't know about you. I burn myself so many times with glue guns that I don't even feel it really anymore. Okay, so there we go. There's our pumpkin. That's the bottom. Could have covered that a little bit better, but oh, got a few threads. Okay, so there he is. So now we have to make a little stem. So cut a piece of felt that's about an inch by half an inch. And I've been using this like melon color. Sorry, I've got glue all over me. So anyway, that's what I cut for here. So then you just kind of roll it up and then glue the end. So I'm going to roll it up tight. These are addictive to make. I could see like putting them in a bowl, you know, like in your craft room. Oh, that would look really cute. Okay, there's, come on, glue. Oh, you know what? I have a glue stick, a new stick behind it. Needs to push it. There we go. Okay. Now this one, I think I would really burn myself. So I had those little finger protectors that I should have brought over, but okay. So there is the stem, and I like to kind of cut it at an angle like that. So just take your scissors, fabric scissors are best because it cuts nice and clean, or whatever sharp scissors you have, and cut it at an angle. So it looks like that. And then just take a dollop of hot glue, glue it onto your pumpkin. Like so. Looking cute. All right, now we'll cut some leaves. Now for leaves, I don't use a pattern or anything. Just cut out a couple of tiny leaf shapes out of some coordinating felt. I'm going to use pink on this one. So I have this scrap, and I just kind of go whoop, and then whoop the other way. Ta-da. All right, I got to get this glue off my thumb because it's driving me crazy. All right, now let's make another one. I just like to have two. And I was thinking like paper flowers and coordinating fabrics, not flowers, paper leaves and coordinating papers would be really cute on these. There's just so many possibilities, I think. All right, so I am going to get some more glue. First, I'm going to get a stylus out so I can poke the leaves down a little bit. All right, so just add a little dollop of glue. Come on, glue stick. I need to get those big glue sticks. Okay. And then put a leaf in, and then I just poke like one end down. Oops. Like that, so it's kind of sticking out a little bit. Okay, and then the other one. Like that. Poke him down. Okay. And then let's tie like some floss around it too, just to be cute. You can use like crochet thread, which I've used this one on some of them. It has some gold in it. I got this at Hobby Lobby. Or just a coordinating color of your embroidery floss, which I think I will do. So let's see. How about the yellow one on this? That would be cute. You don't need a lot. But I tend to cut too much and then cut a bunch off. So that's just me. And this is hard to do while I'm on camera because it's all the way down there. Actually, let me just move in a little bit. Okay. So you can see a little bit better. I'm just going to tie the knot and then put it on. These are really fun to make. And the more you make, the cuter it is, just because piles of pumpkins is adorable. And this way you get ahead for fall, because it's only July when I'm making this. But us crafters, we got to think ahead to the next holiday, right? And I am still into the pastel-Halloween scene like last year. All right, let me trim that. I don't know about you guys. Like, I like traditional Halloween, but The pastel colors just really get me, or I get them. Same for Christmas. I love pastel Christmas. So look how cute it came out. And we did this together. I hope you guys try this and make a pile of pumpkins yourself. Let me zoom out again. Whoa, there we go. All right, so let's look at the ones that I made. So here's our little pile of baby pumpkins. So cute. Like I said, you can use other felts. I just like softer felts. I think it's easier to work with. You can use the stiffer felt. That's fine if that's what you have. This is one I use that twine from Hobby Lobby. Actually, it's not twine, it's crochet thread. So yeah, got a little pile going there. This big one, I cut out just like a tag shape from some coordinating paper, made a hole, put some twine around the stem, and I stamped out the word pumpkins. That was with, this is my favorite stamp set for letters. This is from Michael's that I got in like their $2 bin a few years ago. I think they still have it, like right in the front by the registers. Highly recommend. Okay, so yeah, and I cut out bigger leaves and bigger stem, obviously. For this, I used just some regular ribbon and I wrapped it around a pencil. Well, first I put some art glitter glue on my fingers and wiped it down the ribbon, then wrapped it around a pencil. And when it was dried, I just pulled it off so it made this nice little curly Q shape. So that's the big one. I'm actually going to make more of those too. The medium-sized ones, this one I used some seam binding that I got from, what's it called? The Scrap Cabin shop on Etsy. I'll link her down below too. But yeah, this is a good like mini pumpkin size. You know, you buy those mini pumpkins. And this one I put some seed beads at the end of the crochet thread. I just stuck them on and then tied a knot with the thread. And that just kind of adds a little weight and a little more interest to the tie. And you see I wrap that around a few times. So that is it. That is my project for today. I hope you enjoyed it. They're fun to make, and yeah, I'd love to help if you have any questions. I will put all the links below, and yeah, tag me on Instagram if you make these. I'd love to see them. That's Strawberry Cream 39. So I will talk to you guys soon. I'll be back on Friday for a Friday haul. Please give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'd love it if you'd subscribe too. Thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.